definitely seemed like fourth down territory, and they're going for it.
7-yard run from Swanson, not quite enough. Early fourth down test for the UNH defense. Extra body on the line here, one wide out either way. Swanson hands it off. Clervaux surges forward for the first down. The helmet comes flying out of the pile, a Holy Cross helmet. It will be a first down for the Crusaders. That was the right tackle, Joe Metzger, who had to go retrieve the equipment.
If you're Holy Cross, that's what you want to see, though. They struggled last game on fourth down. I believe they were 0-2, so it's a good job moving the chains. First down, Holy Cross.
Now inside the UNH 40. Mosey in the backfield to Swanson's left. 3 wideouts in the formation. Swanson sets, rolls out, throws on the move. Pass caught at the 25. Another first down. With Swanson showing off that strong arm as he's able to connect with Mullally.
Yeah, if you see it again, that was a really nice play, well-designed play. Good rollout, able to get the first down. Again, they're having some really good plays this drive. I feel like they've had at least 3 or 4 plays where they've gotten 10 or more yards. So good job by this quarterback making it happen.
Duncan Moreland on the stop. First and 10 for Holy Cross.
Another fresh set of downs. Nearing the red zone for Holy Cross. Swanson, the handoff. Clervaux has some room, gets to the 20, immediately piled on. Tries to grind out an extra yard or 2. They'll give him 5 to the UNH 19. And already Clervaux starting to see more positive results than he did last week.
Yeah, I think he's definitely the type of running back, if you put the ball in his hands, he'll make things happen. So he's doing a really good job so far. Every time he's gotten the ball, he's getting positive yards. So that's what you want to see if you're Holy Cross.
Led all Patriot League running backs a year ago with 11 touchdowns. He ran for almost 1,000 yards. All-conference first team winner, part of the all-conference preseason team in 2025. Another 3-back set, another give. And not going anywhere is Slade, tripped up after a yard or 2. Ankle tackle there by Jordan McAllister.
Yeah, good job by Jordan McAllister on that one, because if he didn't make that tackle, I think he would have been gone for a touchdown. Just got his feet.
Sets up another third down. This a 3rd and 4. Crusaders got to get it to the Wildcat 13. Again, some late subs coming on here for Holy Cross on 3rd down. Clervaux back in alongside Swanson. Down under 10 on the play clock. Swanson stares into the blitz. Pass deflected and incomplete. Somebody got a piece of it at the line. And Moreland was looking to try to intercept it. He just shoved over Cason. But that was after the deflection, so once that happens, anything goes.
Once it is fair game, but let's see who got the deflection on that one. Oh, it looks like it just nicked off one of the linemen's heads, but
Cam Nolan.
Really dangerous situation, but Moreland just missed that for an interception.
Just a little bit of a low throw by Swanson that time. He caught his all-conference guard in the back of the helmet. So here's Palenzuela trying to give Holy Cross the lead. Field goal from about 35 yards out. The hold is good, the kick on the way, and it is on through. So Palenzuela, 1 for 3, kicking field goals a week ago, has his first and his longest of the season. Holy Cross in front, 9-7, after a wild start here in Durham. We're halfway through the first. Crusaders lead it by a pair. Well, some of the uncertainties surrounding this University of New Hampshire team extending into the preseason poll in the CAA. Obviously, we know Rhode Island's going to be strong, Monmouth, Villanova as well, but New Hampshire, traditionally, which has been a strong outfit, made the tournament a year ago, picked 5th. And I think, again, part of that is no one really knows what we're going to see from a lot of the new look starters.
Yeah, definitely. When you have this kind of team, when a lot of new faces, a lot of new players that have to step up, it's really, there's some uncertainty. But right now, they have a lot of players that are making plays, though.
Off of the victory last week, though, there was some maybe deference shown to the tradition of how good this UNH team has been. They're into the receiving votes category in both the coaches and stats polls. Holy Cross also getting votes, so whoever comes out a winner, especially if it's a convincing one, could all of a sudden find themselves in the top 25. Nice move here by Burton, going back the other way. Had a good return earlier and able to get this one out close to the 30.
Yeah, you need big plays like that. And I got to say, he made 2 people miss, not even close. Really good job right there. Hopefully they can carry off that momentum now.
Holy Cross in front 9-7 on the strength of a Luis Palenzuela field goal. UNH's offense already on their 3rd drive. The first 2 about as diverse as you can get. One ended in an interception return for a touchdown. The other ended in a Wildcat touchdown on a pass from Caleb Burke to Josh Fillion. That's wide out to wide out. Fake the handoff here. Quick toss to Thomason out of the backfield. He escapes a linebacker, but a flag is down right in the area of holding. And so this one likely coming back.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what else that'd be other than holding.
It's one thing Rick Santos commented about the win last week. UNH had 11 penalties for 110 yards, and no head coach is going to be happy about that.
Yeah, first game, it can happen, but the more the season goes on, you can't afford those mistakes because, as you see now, this is the 2nd holding call, and then to put them back in enemy territory, you just can't have that as an offense.
So they'll be behind the sticks again. Sets up essentially a 1st and 15 or 16 here. High snap, Veza pulls it down. Thomason tripped up just as he got across the line of scrimmage. Good reach there by Christian Ross.
UNH has some really good running backs. Miles Thomason, Denzel Gibson, Elliott Meat. They have really good running backs, and they need to start using them too because that definitely needs to get the ball rolling and moving these chains.
It's actually Lathan Crowley, the sophomore linebacker, pulled down Thomason after a short gain. Still 2nd and long. Burke in motion. High snap again. Veza pulls it down. Toss to Thomason. It's across the 25. Fights forward to the 30. Tackle made there by Cam Jones. All-conference 2nd teamer a year ago for the Crusaders. Going to be 3rd and a little more than 10.
Like Clearville, though, Thomason does a really good job getting out in the backfield on wide receiver stuff too. He has really good catching ability. He runs really hard. Really good player right there.
It's already a couple of catches for Thomason today. Colby Ramshaw, the tight end, motions to the far side into the slot. Vez on 3rd and long, has to throw over the middle, finds his man for a 1st down. It's Burke to the 48. Caleb Burke with his 1st grab of the day, and it's a big one on 3rd and 10.
Really good throw and catch operation right there. Caleb Burke's probably the most seasoned one in this UNH offense in the receiver room. Really good job right there. They're really going to rely on him throughout the season.
UNH trying to speed up the tempo a little bit. Thomason escapes a man in the backfield, but now he's going to be dropped for a loss of 1. Crowley helped to go out and set the edge there.
Yeah, not much going there, but they have some momentum right now.
2nd down and 10.
I'll officially call it no gain for Thomason. You can see the Holy Cross defense definitely keen on him early. Everybody tight to the formation here for the Wildcats. Fillion in motion. Veza looks, throws, catch made. Just over the Holy Cross 45 goes. That was Casey McKinney, the wideout. First grab for him.
We got another guy who's getting another shot. Really good throw and catch right there. Now we got about a third and manageable. We got to see how this UNH offense can respond.
McKinney, a Maryland native, transfer from St. Francis. First, third and short for the Wildcats tonight. High snap, pulled down. Thomason into the pile. He's not going to get it. Just mauled back by Colin Reynolds, the Massachusetts native. And so now a decision for the Wildcats. Fourth down from midfield. And Veza's not walking off, so they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I feel like down distance, you have to go for it just to get momentum back. We got to see how this offense can respond. Fourth downs, you really need to start converting those and move the chains, so we'll see what happens.
A lot of the more direct runs, Holy Cross has been sort of dialed in on those so far.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job stopping this UNH run game right now, which is something they really need throughout this game.
All 22 right around the ball on 4th and 3. Veza under pressure, throws, catch made right near the sticks, and it's going to be enough for a first down. Fillion kind of had to elevate a little bit. Again, Veza under some pressure, threw a little bit of a wobbly ball there, but Fillion helped him out.
Fillion took a really big hit, but it was able to throw and catch, hold it. Matt had a lot of pressure too. Really good job getting that first down from the both of them.
That was Reynolds who came in clean. Rick Santos said Veza took a couple shots last week against North Carolina Central, and in some ways felt like maybe that helped him sort of focus a little bit and start to lead the offense more in the second half.
He did, and after that first mistake, he's still looking composed and still making some good plays. So that's what you need to see from a young QB.
Under center here, he's going to be hit and sacked. Coming in from behind, Christian Ross hammers down Veza. First sack of the night for the Crusaders.
That would be the Crusaders team captain. Really good job getting out there, getting right to the QB. That's something we didn't see the first game. They weren't able to get a sack last game. So really good job by the senior captain.
First sack of the year by the senior. Wildcats allowed 3 sacks last week. Second straight play where Veza hits the deck hard. Second down and long. Veza fakes the handoff. Here they come again. They try to set up the screen, and Thomason can't pull it in. Pass was tipped. Still probably a relatively catchable ball for Thomason. And boy, if he could have pulled that one down, they had a couple defensive linemen caught up field.
Yeah, you hate to see it. It looks like it did get tipped. But if he would have caught that, it would have been open grass. But just got to see how they respond next. We're at a very third and long now.
Ross Dansdill, the defensive end, got a piece of it. Yeah, if you can get it to inside 4th and 10, probably a situation where you consider going for it again. Third and long. They'll spread it out 4 wide. Thomason up the middle. And it's picked off again! Thomason, the intended target. It's Dansdill who snatches it away. Second interception by Holy Cross. And the defense right now having a field day here on the road. Crusaders +2 in the turnover department, and they will be in plus territory. Matt Veza with his second interception of the day. Holy Cross with the ball and the 9-7 lead here in Durham.
At Service Credit Union, we believe that your life is a story. And like most stories, every chapter brings something different. A new adventure, a new calling, a new hero, and even a new beginning. No matter what page you're on, we'll be with you. Service Credit Union.
At Mass General Brigham, the people we care for are at the center of everything we do. For those with cancer, we are with them for every twist and turn, connecting cancer specialists and other experts from across our health system. New collaborations, new treatments, leading to new hope and possibilities. We're one against cancer. There's only one, Mass General Brigham.
In life, we're all going in different directions. But even though we're different, we all want better health. Who doesn't want that? That's why at Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, a Point32 health company, we offer employers and members personalized guidance, from choosing the right plan to getting the right care. And all our plans support whole health for people and families of every kind. It's how we help you navigate your way to better health. Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, this way to better health.
Welcome back here to Wildcat Stadium in Durham, New Hampshire, alongside Evan Gray. Ben Altschi here with you. Let's take a look after the interception. And you see Dansdale picking it off. Beza made the tackle. A little back and forth there afterwards. And matching on sportsmanlike conduct penalties.
Tensions are a little hot, but you can't afford to make those mistakes. But you got to give it to 33 right there. That was a really good play to make an interception.
That was Cam Santee for Holy Cross, mixing it up with one of the Wildcat linemen. Second turnover of the game forced by the Holy Cross defense. First one was returned for a touchdown. This one sets up Swanson and company inside UNH territory. They had a positive drive before it stalled out in the red zone, so we've seen this Crusader offense, albeit for only one real drive so far. It did result in a field goal.
Yeah, there was a lot of good in that drive, and then it just alternately just couldn't really finish and execute. They really got to limit those mistakes. This UNH offense is, with the holding penalties and these interceptions, they're just doing a really good job right now.
Swanson will hand it off on first down. A little wiggle out of the backfield, picking up a good gain of 8. That was the tailback, Joseph Williams.
I will tell you what, this is one thing that you're not seeing on the UNH offense is just the run game. These running backs are able to get to the next level. They need more than 2 people to tackle them. They're doing a really good job moving them down in distance and making it manageable to convert the first down.
We'll officially call it a gain of 6. Handoff in the backfield. Mosey trying to turn the corner. He's only going to get about 2 there.
Really good play right there. Made it third and manageable. Really good job by this defense getting to them, preventing the first down, though.
It was DJ Johnson who, Mosey got around him, but Johnson did make him slow up a little bit. Third and short. Clairvaux on the field, no surprise there. Picked up a couple short yardage situations on the previous drive. Low snap. Oh, it's bobbled. Swanson's got to do something here. He's going to run it. He's tripped up. Oh, the seas parted for a moment, but Barry got just enough of him. The snap was low from Sean Woods. And Swanson, once the handoff play was blown, it's actually Swanson really just dropped it. Tried to make something happen, and Barry cut him off at the ankles.
Crucial mistake on a third down, but good job by Barry right there, getting to the QB and preventing that first down.
So timeout called. This will set up a fourth down. This is, again, a situation where Crusaders are going to go for it. Too far away to give Palenzuela another shot at a field goal. And we'll see what Dan Curran will dial up when we come back. We've hit the end of the first quarter. Holy Cross in front of UNH, 9-7. You're watching it on FloCollege. Well, the rain not taking all the steam out of the UNH crowd here at Wildcat Stadium. Start of the second quarter here in Durham. Alongside the former Wildcat Evan Gray, I'm Ben Ulcher here on FloCollege. 9-7 Crusaders the lead. They've got a 4th and 3 inside UNH territory. After a dropped snap by Cal Swanson, he's going to try to atone for it here on 4th down. Just the second career start for the transfer from Illinois. Trying to be the next in what has been a really good line of Holy Cross QBs. Under pressure here, rolling out to his right. Swanson throws, finds a man. There's a flag down. Mosey has a first down to the UNH 25, but this one likely coming back, and it is holding.
Yeah, we got a good look at that. That was clearly a hold. Definitely something you can't have on a 4th down.
Just trying to give Swanson a little bit more time to make a play. And you see the left tackle, Bradford Blattner, grabbing the shoulder. And that will send out the punt unit. We'll see our first punt of the day.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that was a quarter of just nothing but action, but first punt.
Couple turnovers contributing to that. Ethan Moss, sophomore punter. Averaged 33 yards a kick on 4 punts last week. New Hampshire native out of Brentwood. Gets a clean spinning ball away here. Thomason calls for the fair catch and has it at the 8-yard line. So UNH backed up in the shadow of its own end zone. Going to be an interesting decision here, trying to take a look at the huddle. Vez has thrown two interceptions. The only touchdown for the Wildcats came from a wide receiver, Caleb Burke. So do the questions maybe start to resurface a little bit here?
You definitely have to consider it. Again, still trying to see if they can give him some leeway and some grace, but 2 crucial interceptions. We just got to see how he responds.
Slippery turf may be part of the reason to stick with Veza here, his ability to run. But he has not shown off that ability much so far today. Holy Cross tight around the line of scrimmage. It's going to be Thomason with the carry again, just not finding much space.
You got to credit this UNH or this Holy Cross defense. They're really doing a good job containing runs. And again, when you have a QB who's, I wouldn't say not doing the best job, struggling maybe a little bit, you really want to rely on the running game, but UNH can't do that so far.
2nd down and 10 after no gain for Thomason on 1st down. Veza will hand it off again. Thomason now finds some space, surging across the 15, close to a 1st down. Pickup of 9 there for the senior.
Like I said, you just got to keep relying on the running game, doing a really good job. Miles can do it all down in that backfield. Really good run right there. Now making it at least a 3rd and manageable.
And Tyler Habersham, the backup guard from New Jersey, in on the pole there. He helped set the hole. 3rd and short. Still have not seen Denzel Gibson in. He's really the bigger of the backs that would feature for UNH. This is sort of more his scenario. Veza going to throw on 3rd down. They're going to take a shot down the field. It's going to be incomplete. Not a good window there. Double coverage on Ryan Blagg. They were hoping to catch Holy Cross napping, but the Crusaders had it covered, and the Wildcats will have to punt here.
Yeah, just missed the shot. Honestly, just missed a very close interception, but 3 and out. Now we just got to see how this UNH defense can respond.
So now another new face for the Wildcats, the sophomore Matt Guidebeck from North Reading, Massachusetts, on to punt. Had a 55-yarder last week. Takes some time to get this one away. It'll take a hop right at the 50, duck toward the Holy Cross sideline, and be down there for no return. So not a massive bomb by Guidebeck. And Holy Cross will be set up in midfield when we come back. Crusaders on top of the Wildcats, 9-7. Holy Cross enjoying maybe one of the best runs in program history. They've won at least a share of the Patriot League title every year going back just before COVID. Only picked third, though, in the preseason poll. That, again, due to some shifting of conferences. Richmond, namely, going from the CAA to the Patriot League.
I will say the Patriot League is getting more competitive as these years are going by, adding up new teams formerly from the CAA, but still, such a great run by this team so far. They have a really strong tradition. They're doing a really good job these past couple of years.
Richmond, one of the favorites in the Patriot League. Lehigh, who tied with Holy Cross for the title a year ago, also won it. Lehigh, who won the regular season game against the Crusaders, got the bid to the FCS tournament. So Crusaders missed out on the big dance a year ago. And we know the Patriot League's only getting tougher. William and Mary going, Villanova going, and those are some heavyweights.
Yeah, those are definitely CAA heavyweights too. So again, the Patriot League just getting more competitive, and again, we just got to see how this Holy Cross program can respond to that adversity coming in.
Talked to Dan Curran earlier this week. He said he invites the competition, hit the backfield. That one blown up on contact. Luke Teskey getting in there to wreck that play.
Really good job by Teskey right there. Very uninterrupted. Could have had a Javaden and Clowney kind of tackle. Really good job getting in the backfield and making the play.
Just plowed right over Clairvaux. Another Canadian import from British Columbia. Going coast to coast just to make that tackle. Clairvaux motions out of the backfield. Swanson fires it out. Well short. Swanson just flexing the arm out a little bit afterward. I don't think he ever really took a heavy shot, but just maybe telling himself he didn't like that throw.
Yeah, it didn't seem like the best throw, just way too ahead of Clairvaux, but he's been doing a pretty good job still getting the ball up down the field, but now we can see what he do on third and long.
Really the first time Holy Cross has been in this situation today.
Yeah, you've seen them kind of move the ball as much as they want to, and maybe had a couple fourth and shorts, but we'll see how they respond to this situation.
So far, only one downfield shot for Swanson. UNH rushes 4. Swanson gets rid of it. Catch made. Fighting for the first down and getting there goes Mullally. He's been the favored target so far. It's a little 8-9 yard hitch route. Mullally did the rest.
I will say, when we were interviewing the head coach, he did mention how he wanted to convert more on these third downs. They didn't do that the previous game. So really good job right now, just moving the chains and being calm and composed right now by this offense.
Mullally able to get away from Sean Webb, who just kind of deked on the tackle. Fresh set of downs inside the UNH 40. Crusaders have had positive momentum on every drive. Fake the handoff to Slade. Swanson has time. Now rolls out. Swanson to his right. Pursued. He's going to be hauled down. And a flag comes in. Is this in the area of a horse collar? DJ Johnson made the stop. He's not happy. And it is a horse collar tackle.
Interesting.
I'll take another look.
One.
First blush, I thought he got him middle of the back.
Yeah.
Right around the shoulder pad. That is close. That's close.
Very close one. I see why it could go either way, but costly mistake.
Sort of somewhere between the shoulder and toward the back. What do you call maybe the trapezius area?
Trapezius? Oh. You don't want to know I got my degree.
Look, when you marry a nurse, you'll learn a thing or two.
Okay, yeah, that explains that.
Either way, it's a heavy toll for Johnson, a 15-yard personal foul that will send Holy Cross to the UNH 24-yard line and a 1st and 10. That's already 3 penalties on UNH of at least 10 yards. A couple holdings on offense. The personal foul on defense. They've also had an unsportsmanlike conduct. Swanson under fire right away. Boy, almost like there was no block there. Teskey again, right on top of him.
Oh, wait.
UNH says this is a fumble.
They're calling it a fumble.
Live ball. This is going to be returned for a touchdown. This one is absolutely going to get reviewed. Swanson looked like he threw the ball.
to UNH's point, the ref never called the play dead,
But
it looked like.
was it a backwards pass? Yeah, Jeremy D'Angelo was following this all the way down the field. Let's take a look here. Is this a backwards pass? He throws it forward. Yeah, it looks like his arm is going forward.
It looks forward.
And of course, the mic cuts out. It is. We don't know.
This is when you wish you could read lips.
They're going to review it. Well, we wish we could tell you what the ruling on the field was, but we don't know because Jeremy D'Angelo's mic cut off. We do know he's going to go to the review tablet. Right now, Holy Cross has put their offense back on the field, so I can only presume that the ruling on the field was that of an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I can imagine this might be overturned. It does look like he's throwing the ball forward.
Does Teske get to the ball before his arm starts to go forward? That's really the central question.
Yeah.
And obviously, we know in all these review situations, what the call on the field was becomes critical.
And that's when I wish. Oh.
Well, there we go.
As we thought, yeah.
Definitely looked like Swanson's arm was going forward. That was the case. Either way, guy who didn't feature in much last week, Luke Teske, all of a sudden a couple big defensive plays on this drive.
Yeah, 2 big plays this drive, just unopened, really uncontested tackling right there. He's doing a really good job right now.
UNH is without one of their starting linebackers. Cole Bullock, the transfer from Montana State, was questionable going into tonight. Not out there at the moment. Fake the handoff. Swanson's pass caught. Mullally able to get across the 20. That's actually Mosey. That is the second grab for him.
Another pretty seasoned vet in this Holy Cross offense. Really good job right there. I'll tell you what, besides the few mistakes, this Holy Cross offense is firing on all cylinders right now.
That's the type of play has been bread and butter of any coach who's been around the UNH program, that wide receiver screen. 3rd and 3. Blake Youngblood in motion. Swanson escaped a man in the backfield, now tumbles forward. It's actually Mosey on the carry. So he was the one lined up as the quarterback.
Yeah, Mosey's going to regret that one later. If you could probably just look again, looked like the turf monster got him slipping. Yep.
Just caught his toe there.
You hate to see something like that. Very uncontested touchdown right there, possibly.
And his eyes on pay dirt. 1st and goal in the red zone. Just outside the 10, so Crusaders still can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. Mosey again lined up as the quarterback here. Fakes the handoff, again out to the right side, finds a crease, he's down to the 5s, backs his way down toward the 4.
I tell you what, man, this Wildcat package that Holy Cross is doing, it's efficient. This is the 3rd play in a row. We're just getting positive yardage right now. UNH doesn't seem to have an answer for it right now.
And it's not 2 or 3, it's chunks, 5, 6, 7 yards at a time for Mosey.
Definitely.
Swanson still calling the play. And then he races out to the far side of the field. UNH will send a body his way just to account for him. But Mosey lined up as the quarterback right now in the Wildcat. Again, he'll take it right side. Mosey to the 2, held up there. Barry coming over on the stop along with Skinner. Zeron Skinner with the stop, keeping Mosey out of the end zone. Again, Holy Cross still can get a 1st down with another yard.
Yeah, with down distance, you can only imagine it'll be a run for Clearvote next.
A couple extra linemen coming on here for UNH for 3rd and short. Goal line package, Swanson going under center with 3 behind him. Swanson gives. Clairvaux noses. He's going to be short of the goal line. Does he have enough for the first? That's going to be the big question. He got right up against the 1 yard line before being knocked back. And the signal is for a 4th down. So just short is Clairvaux. Didn't have to get in the end zone there, but he could have gotten a 1st down. He didn't get that either.
But as we can all imagine, he's definitely going for it. Very short down distance.
Maybe needs about a half yard or less to get the 1st down. Same setup here. Swanson, he fumbled the snap. It's loose. Either way, they're going to be short. Swanson recovered the football, but the quarterback-center exchange goes awry. Remember, Swanson dropped a shotgun snap earlier. Obviously doesn't go under center much. This time it slips away, and the Wildcat defense for the 2nd time stands tall in the red zone. This one, though, aided by the error on the Holy Cross quarterback.
Yeah, just costly mistake. You can't have those that down in distance and you're that close to the goal line. You needed some points on the board. Great job by this defense, really handling adversity right there.
Dan Curran just trying to put a smile on a tough situation. But a turnover on downs right at the nose of taking a potential 2-score lead. Instead, UNH will send the offense back out. Still Matt Veza running the show here for the Wildcats. Holy Cross showing blitz. Veza hands it off. Thomason going to be knocked back for a loss. Holy Cross trying to make the claim for a safety, but forward progress will keep Thomason about the 1 yard line.
Yeah, forward progress will help with that. But again, when you're in this territory and very close to your own end zone, you got to run the ball and run really physical. He did a really good job of preventing the safety on that.
Crowley just shot through there, got right by the redshirt freshman Tyler Habersham. UNH tinkering a little bit with that front group. Luke Rogers now back in at the left guard here. Veza going to go under center on 2nd and long from the 1. Veza hands it off. Thomason hit right at the line of scrimmage. Did just enough to keep that from being a safety. Garrett Baldwin, the safety, shooting down for the tackle.
Baldwin got through the line of scrimmage, very untouched, real close to a safety right there. Miles didn't get a little bit forward.
Boy, he saw him at that last second, made that quick hop to his left.
Yeah.
Dodged a bullet there. 3rd and long, and what's normally a passing situation, this might just be avoid a bad situation if you're UNH.
100% agree. We'll see how they respond, but real scary situation to be in right now if you're an offense.
Veza out of the gun, just trying to create some space. He's going to throw, has time, throws it to the right side. Catch made there by the grad transfer Wilson, or check that. That's actually McKinney again with his 2nd catch.
Good job by McKinney. Again, new guy making a play, but that was just to kind of get enough space to punt the ball in that situation if I was them.
Hoping that Holy Cross would lay back in the secondary. They did just that. Veza found the open man in McKinney. Gives Guidebeck a little bit more room here. Something to watch for. Holy Cross blocked a few punts last season. And Guidebeck certainly took his time getting the first one away. Don't know that he'll have the chance to do that here. Does have some time. Kick is away. High spiraler. It's going to cross the 50. Good kick by Guidebeck. Taken down right around the Holy Cross 40. And the return back into UNH territory. That was Mosey on the return. So decent return of about 13-14, but really good kick by Guidebeck.
Still a good kick, especially when you're that close to your own end zone. But again, we got to see how this Holy Cross offense can respond now after that.
Had a 55-yarder last week. That one was right around 50+ before the return. So here comes the Crusader offense. Feels like, Evan, they've had their moments, had their chances. This could easily be a 2-score game in favor of Holy Cross, but a couple self-inflicted wounds have prevented that.
Yeah, who knows if the weather's really playing a factor in it. Maybe the ball's a little slick, but both offenses have been making crucial mistakes.
Yeah,
so we definitely got to see how they can fix that.
Here's Clairvaux, space off to the left. Be knocked down right around the 40. Yeah, the rain stopped probably a good 30 to 45 minutes before kickoff. But what we don't know, obviously, because we're upstairs, is how wet is the turf? How wet is the ball getting sort of on each successive play? Certainly they're probably trying to rotate through as many as possible.
Yeah, for those that weren't there, it was pouring out before this game. We even got a delay, so who knows if that's playing a factor right now.
Give again to the right side. This is Williams, his second carry. Tried to stretch it all the way to the boundary. Only got about a yard or two out of it. 3rd and short again here for the Crusaders. And of course, they will call Clairvaux's number again.
Yeah, you can imagine this is giving the ball to Clairvaux to get a first down. But again, they're doing a really good job. These Holy Cross running backs are running really hard and getting in those dirty yards and really playing well.
7 men on the line for the Crusaders. Clairvaux takes the handoff. No, it's a throw over the middle, incomplete. They sold the play action. There's a flag in. Sean Webb knocked down the pass intended for Mosey. Maybe got in there a beat too soon. Mosey did well to try to shield Webb away from the ball with his body. He forced Webb to kind of go through him there to get to the ball. Long discussion here.
After further discussion on the field, there is no foul.
Sean Webb's had an interesting day. Twice he's been called for a potential interference. Twice it's been picked up.
For a DB, I'm sure that's nerve-wracking. But again, really good coverage by Sean Webb. Still a young guy on this team, but still someone they can rely on and makes really good plays like you just saw there.
Holy Cross went to the play action on 3rd and short. We'll see if they go back to Clairvaux here on 4th and short.
I mean, the way your running backs have been playing, you could imagine you're giving the ball to number 5 right now. But we definitely got to see how this plays out.
And in motion, and it's going to be a timeout, I think. Yeah, UNH called the timeout just before the snap. I was wondering if there might be a flag because Youngblood never really looked like he stopped.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But again, timeout.
First timeout taken by Rick Santos and the Wildcats. Each team will have 2 left here over the final 3:31. Let's take you back through how we got to 9-7. First drive of the game, Matt Veza under pressure, threw one up for grabs. Eli Thompson said, "Thank you very much. I'll take it back 26 yards for a touchdown." Extra point was blocked. Holy Cross out to a 6-0 lead in the opening minutes. And then after the ensuing kickoff, UNH's very next play from scrimmage, a wide out pass. Caleb Burke took it in the flat and launched it 53 yards downfield to Josh Fillion for a 53-yard connection. Nick Reed good on the extra point to make it 7-6 Wildcats. And then after an extended Holy Cross drive, Luis Palenzuela hit a 34-yard field goal to put the Crusaders on top 9-7. Holy Cross has had a couple of opportunities in the red zone, but so far 0 for 2. Turnover on downs the last time thanks to the Swanson fumbled snap. And then the previous red zone opportunity, a penalty, took them out of scoring opportunity. 1 for 2 on 4th down so far is Holy Cross. They'll go for it here on 4th and short for the UNH 37. Mosey lines up as the Wildcat quarterback with Clairvaux to his left. Mosey takes it, goes left, finds a crease, and does he have it? Boy, this is going to depend on the spot. It looked like there was going to be enough room there, and then the wall kind of built up for the Wildcats. The field judge right now has said, let's wait and see. UNH thinks they got the stop on 4th down.
Off the first glance, it didn't look like he got it, but Holy Cross has had like their bread and butter with this Wildcat package, but it didn't look like they got anything there.
Officials will stop the clock for the measurement here. See Duncan Moreland, Isaiah Jones, part of the tackling crew there for the Wildcats. Oh, a link short.
By inches.
Second, fourth down stop for the Wildcat defense. They did it near their own goal line last time. And again, Holy Cross, short yardage situation, their first couple opportunities, Evan, it was kind of no-nonsense approach with Clairvaux. Now they've tried to add a few wrinkles in, and UNH has been able to come up with some stops.
Man, I tell you what, this UNH defense is having a real bid and don't break kind of mentality right now. They've let a few plays go by, but when they get to those fourth and short situations, they've answered the call. They're doing a really good job now.
Meanwhile, their offense still trying to find a way here. Just over 100 yards total today. Gonna find something on the ground. Thomason, maybe his best carry of the day. A little bit of a delay that time, and that allowed the hole to open up.
I tell you what, though, this is what happens when you get a guy like Miles Thomason going. A real hard run right there. Was very close to almost getting even a touchdown. Such a good run running through the tackles like that. That's what you want to see right there from your running back.
He's only averaging about a yard per carry. He pretty much doubled his rush total on that play alone. He's already had over 10 touches this half. Had 23 last week. We'll give it to him again. Drilled down just across the 50, pickup of about 2 or 3.
I tell you what, he's been taking a lot of bulk of the snaps, but he's just doing a really good job just moving the ball and at least moving the chains. You definitely got to probably see that they'll probably put him out in the wide receiver positions and do get out in the backfield as well.
Second and 8 here right at midfield. UNH going to take their time, and they'll wait for the 2-minute warning here. So UNH with the ball, chance to try to get the lead going into halftime. Thanks to a couple of fourth down stops by the Wildcat defense. 9-7 Holy Cross.
In life, we're all going in different directions. But even though we're different, we all want better health. Who doesn't want that? That's why at Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, a Point 32 health company, we offer employers and members personalized guidance, from choosing the right plan to getting the right care. And all our plans support whole health for people and families of every kind. It's how we help you navigate your way to better health. Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, this way to better health.
At Service Credit Union, we believe that your life is a story. And like most stories, every chapter brings something different. A new adventure, a new calling, a new hero, and even a new beginning. No matter what page you're on, we'll be with you. Service Credit Union.
In life, we're all going in different directions. But even though we're different, we all want better health. Who doesn't want that? That's why at Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, a Point 32 health company, we offer employers and members personalized guidance, from choosing the right plan to getting the right care. And all our plans support whole health for people and families of every kind. It's how we help you navigate your way to better health. Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, this way to better health.
Well, for the second straight week, the UNH offense trying to grow into the game after a scoreless first quarter last week against North Carolina Central. UNH started to find its sea legs through the second and third quarter on the road last week. The difference, though, Evan, was that was a clean game for the Wildcat offense in Matt Vezza. It has been the exact opposite so far in the first half tonight.
Definitely been having some adversity, but again, I think what we keep harping on, that's what happens when you have kind of just new faces on the team. But this is when you got to rely on some of your leadership. The O-line has great leadership. Again, you have a tight end who has well experience and with the running back. So we definitely got to see what they can do and definitely get some points on the board.
Starting to see the ground game a little bit here. Veza fakes the handoff, rolls out, throws on the move, finds his man across the 40. First catch for Colby Ramshaw. There is the aforementioned tight end who really wasn't a huge factor last week.
He definitely wasn't, but again, this is a senior captain who's someone everybody you can definitely depend on. Does a really good job getting over there, getting the first down.
He did have a 2-point conversion catch for the Wildcats last week. So they involved a bunch of different tight ends in the offense. Ramshaw with his first catch there and a first down. Veza, quick throw, incomplete. Looking for Ramshaw again. It was ripped out of his hands, though, on the hard hit by Tommy Best pitch.
Looks like they have a flag on the play, too, though.
It is in the backfield. You see Best pitch holding up. It's going to be against the Crusaders. Late hit on the quarterback, maybe.
That's good for a Wildcat first down.
Now they are marching off 15, so that would lead me to believe it was a late hit on Veza.
When you're a defense that has so much momentum, you can't afford to have costly mistakes like that. And as you can see, yeah, you just can't do something like that.
Cam Santee, the junior, tried to block down the pass and then just came down and got a little extra into Veza there. Minute 35 to go, UNH on the Holy Cross 24. Trying to take the lead before halftime. They fake the give. Veza going to run for the first time. He's across the 20, diving forward to the 18. Just the third carry for Veza today. Not a lot of design runs so far for the quarterback.
No design runs, but I tell you what, this is kind of a play that will get a young QB more comfortable. Getting him out there in the running game. He's, like I said, he's very shifty. He's quick. That's a really good run right there by that young quarterback.
And, you know, asking Rick Santos, he would tell you, you know, Veza may be more comfortable running the ball than he is sort of squaring back and sitting in the pocket at the moment. Trying to run out of danger here. He throws it up for grabs. Almost pulled in by Burke. Veza again just kind of chucking that one to space, and Burke almost came up the hero again.
Yeah, both of them almost made something out of nothing, but either way, that was a good job. Almost avoiding the sack and getting away from making a negative play right there.
Sets up a 3rd and 4. Holy Cross will rotate the defensive line here.
We're talking about his running ability. To be able to run away like that and almost have a dime of a pass is pretty incredible. He definitely has a lot of passing capability as well.
Was able to dodge a man in the backfield. And again, wasn't the prettiest pass, but got it away. We'll get a timeout by Holy Cross here. So they want to talk about how they want to defend this 3rd and 4. This is an interesting spot for UNH. You're probably within Nick Reed's field goal range at this point. 3rd and 4, obviously not a long distance, so maybe hoping to convert as well. But you're also having to manage the clock, which has gone under a minute. Wildcats still have a couple timeouts.
Yeah, that's a good point. 53 seconds. You still have timeouts, but at the end of the day, I guess if you're this offense, you need points on the board, no matter how you can get it. So I'm really intrigued to see what they come out of for this next play.
Feels like a situation where just about anything is open here for the offensive coordinator, Ed Borden. You know, you don't have to go sideline. You can go over the middle. You can go running play if you want. Not be afraid about using too much clock.
You might even want to think about that they're probably going to give it to their running back and see what he can do with it. So back to what you said, there is a lot of possibility to see what you can do, but the ideal thing is avoid negative plays.
Thomason said his best runs on this drive. He's out there now, motioning out of the backfield on 3rd and 4. Veza going to keep it. Veza looking for a lane. He gets near the 15, pushed forward from behind. He's going to be close, but I think he's going to be short. And the clock is still moving, so a quick decision has to come here from the UNH side. It is 4th down.
I don't know about that spot. I thought he really got a lot closer than that, but it's so close. You definitely have to ponder if you want to go for it or not.
Oh, Rick Santos is right near the side judge. He's going to burn some clock here and then take a timeout. Play clock is down to 16:50. He can take this all the way under 10 seconds. And it looks like that's what he wants to do.
Interesting decision.
So could have saved some time. Could have had a shot at it. Looks like he'll take the clock down as far as he can and maybe go for the 3.
I guess, yeah, if that's what your decision you want to make. I mean, like I said, either way, you're trying to get some points on the board, and he was close enough. But at the end of the day, getting some points on the board was the main objective.
Situation here, if Reed converts the field goal, UNH takes the lead into halftime.
Definitely.
So they will send out the field goal unit. Nick Reed, 2 for 2 last week. 39-yarder was the long distance one. A FBS transfer for the University of Buffalo. He is a New York native out of Harrison. Did not play for the Bulls and won the starting job here in his first season with the Wildcats. To give UNH the lead in the end stages of the second quarter. Reed drills it with a right foot, and it's good. So Nick Reed stays perfect. 3 for 3 on the season. 3 points for the Wildcats. And they will take the lead into the locker room here at a damp Wildcat Stadium. UNH, despite losing the turnover battle, is in front through 30 minutes. We'll take a timeout, be back with more here from Durham. At halftime, it is UNH 10, Holy Cross 9. You're watching coverage of it here on FloCollege.
At Mass General Brigham, the people we care for are at the center of everything we do. For those with cancer, we are with them for every twist and turn. Connecting cancer specialists and other experts from across our health system. New collaborations, new treatments, leading to new hope and possibilities. We're one against cancer. There's only one Mass General Brigham.
Black Bear Nation, let's ride. Go Tigers.
We are Hampton U.
You know.
As one. Fly Hawks.
Tap the rock, baby.
At Geek Pride, roll ups, baby.
Phoenix Rising.
3 more feet.
Go Tribe.
Go Dogs.
One team, one heart.
At Service Credit Union, we believe that your life is a story. And like most stories, every chapter brings something different. A new adventure, a new calling, a new hero, and even a new beginning. No matter what page you're on, we'll be with you. Service Credit Union.
At Mass General Brigham, the people we care for are at the center of everything we do. For those with cancer, we are with them for every twist and turn. Connecting cancer specialists and other experts from across our health system. New collaborations, new treatments, leading to new hope and possibilities. We're one against cancer. There's only one Mass General Brigham.
Well, the students turning out despite the rain showers earlier. UNH leads Holy Cross 10-9 here in Durham. Right now, let's step aside and check in with the voices of Wildcats.
I always felt the need to serve, so instead of enlisting active duty right out of high school, I found an opportunity to do both college and the Army. It's a great challenge. I've learned a lot about myself, trying to balance the workload of a rigorous engineering course load alongside of trying to lead and mentor others in the ROTC program. My senior project this year was called QuadSat Swarm. It consisted of 11 seniors and many undergrads working to create autonomous vehicles, swarms of them, which has a variety of different applications. It was very challenging. When I started the team, I knew nothing about it. Now I feel pretty confident and want to continue to try to learn more and the future applications of this kind of technology. A group of over 20 of us seniors at UNH are going to be commissioning into the Army as officers the day before graduation. big ceremony. We'll have our families down here, and it'll be a really special moment to kind of culminate everything that happened here at UNH. After UNH, I'll be working at BAE Systems in Nashua. In conjunction with that, I'm also becoming an infantry officer in the Army National Guard. So right after school, I'll begin working at BAE, and then after a couple of months, I'll have to go down to Fort Benning, Georgia for Infantry Basic Officer Leader course. There couldn't be a better feeling knowing that I'm set up for success both in my Army career as well as the civilian career. I think UNH has prepared me very well.
The nursing program was a really good fit for me. They have a lot more hands-on experiences than a lot of places around the area. Really anywhere that I looked for colleges, and that hands-on experience really is what put them over the top for me. We have a really nice sim lab here. We do our simulation experiences a lot more than other schools do. So we really have a lot of extra experience where you can practice all of these really highly demanding, dangerous skills, and everything that we have here is what we actually use in practice and be able to translate those to actual patient care experiences and feel more comfortable doing so. UNH has done so much to kind of help me open up and experience so many things that I hadn't experienced before. I went to Africa, and that was a huge, outside of my comfort zone, going to this place where I didn't know anybody, didn't speak the language. I'm always willing to try everything now, jump into anything I can. So after graduation, I'll be working at Exeter Hospital in their family center, which is a pediatric labor and delivery and postpartum unit. With nursing on top of all the experiences I've had through UNH, this really has given me a lot of background, not in just what I'm going into for my field, but with leadership, preparation, organization, people skills especially. So UNH has really prepared me in more ways than one.
My name is Nelson Thomas. I'm a communication major here at the University of New Hampshire. I'm a Division I student athlete. I'm an ed tech entrepreneur, and I'm a mental health advocate. I wanted to make sure that I used my platform that I had, created for myself being a Division I athlete to catapult that into other initiatives that I care deeply about, and knowing that I can do more than just play a sport is something that's very near and dear to my heart, but I also wanted to explore other avenues and other talents that may be out there for me. I think that's always the attitude I kind of had was why not? In this 4 years that I have, I wanted to make sure that I really took advantage of the different things that this campus had to provide. So mental health is another very strong spring initiative, and we do that through Better Together games and an event that was founded by UNH SAC called Bench Out the Stigma. So Bench Out the Stigma is an event that was founded last year. We're searching to create a signature event that's surrounded of this issue of mental health. It's something that has afflicted us as student athletes, something that I have personal experience dealing with, and I wanted to allow student athletes to feel comfortable and know that they're not the only ones battling with these types of issues, and that it's okay not to be okay. I felt like this is the time to really strive and figure out all that you are. The different experiences that I've had and the different things that I've gotten involved in here at UNH has really shown me that you have more time than you often think you can. You can balance it all. You can do a lot of things, and you are more than just one thing.
Welcome back to halftime here in Durham, New Hampshire. UNH on top of visiting Holy Cross by a 10-9 margin, thanks to a late Nick Reed field goal. Back alongside Evan Gray. Ben Ultra here with you here on FloCollege. And, well, after an hour rain delay, delayed this one, it got interesting from the get-go. Eli Thompson with a pick six on the opening drive.
Yeah, something you don't want to see off the first possession. Really good job by Eli making a huge play off of that drive.
But UNH would have a quick answer as you see Thompson spinning off the tackle. The Wildcats with the wide-out pass. Caleb Burke to Josh Fillion, 53 yards to Pater.
Such a good call to make right off of that crucial pick six. Great job of that UNH offense.
That would make it 7-6 UNH. It would stay that way into the second quarter. Holy Cross's offense gained a lot of ground, but came up short on a couple of fourth downs.
Crucial mistake on that fourth down. Something like that really can't happen. Really good job by that UNH defense.
That one on the goal line. You see the reaction of head coach Dan Curran, and then again in Wildcat territory, fourth and short. Max Mosey held up eventually.
Bend but don't break mentality. Really good job by this UNH defense throughout this half.
Just about every Holy Cross drive they've gotten in Wildcat territory, but so far only the field goal to show for it. They don't have the touchdown on offense. So UNH, the defense, keeping them in the game despite the turnovers, despite some other miscues, and the Wildcats have the lead. We will be back with the start of the third quarter in just a little bit. UNH 10, Holy Cross 9, here from Durham.
Nation, let's ride. Go Tigers.
We are Hampton U.
As one. Fly Hawks.
Tap the rock, baby. At Geek Prod, roll ups, baby.
Phoenix Rising.
3 more feet.
Good try.
Go Dogs.
One team, one heart.
At Service Credit Union, we believe that your life is a story. And like most stories, every chapter brings something different. A new adventure, a new calling, a new hero, and even a new beginning. No matter what page you're on, we'll be with you. Service Credit Union.
In life, we're all going in different directions. But even though we're different, we all want better health. Who doesn't want that? That's why at Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, a Point32 health company, we offer employers and members personalized guidance, from choosing the right plan to getting the right care. And all our plans support whole health for people and families of every kind. It's how we help you navigate your way to better health. Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, this way to better health.
At Mass General Brigham, the people we care for are at the center of everything we do. For those with cancer, we are with them for every twist and turn, connecting cancer specialists and other experts from across our health system. New collaborations, new treatments, leading to new hope and possibilities. We're one against cancer. There's only one, Mass General Brigham.
We see the remnants of the mist left over from the earlier rains. Stopped almost an hour before kickoff, but it did knock us back an hour here in Durham. Did not slow down either team as both sides came out gunning. The Holy Cross defense with a couple of turnovers winning that battle. UNH, the better passing team so far. Wasn't until that final drive, though, for the Wildcats that they really gained any traction through the run game and Miles Thomason.
They definitely were struggling a little bit, but that last drive, it seemed like the running game was finally there, and that's something they're going to probably depend on in this next half, I can imagine.
If you're Dan Curran, you're looking at just sort of the basics. You're winning the turnover battle +2. You're getting your offense in the red zone, good opportunities. but you're looking up, you only got 9 points on the board, and your only touchdown has come from your defense.
And again, I think that's all it really comes down to is just finishing. They've made good plays. It's not like they're playing bad, but when they get in situations to be able to score, they fall short. You got to correct that moving forward.
Meanwhile, if you're Rick Santos in UNH, how do you clean up on some of the miscues from that first half?
Well, definitely, it looks like the young QB has been struggling a little bit, but he's had been composed and make some good plays when he's given a chance. So you definitely got to see if you can repent on the run game and see if you get more action out of him.
Well, we know a point of pride for UNH out of that road win at North Carolina Central last week was dominating the time of possession. Pretty even so far in that first half.
Yeah, I feel like both teams have just been kind of having the ball the same amount of time, and whether that be off of mistakes or just how the drives have been forming. But you definitely got to depend on just good offense on both sides just to get points on the board. The defenses have both been playing up to par, though.
Holy Cross deferred the opening kickoff, so the Crusaders offense and Cal Swanson will be out on the field when we start the third quarter next. We'll be back in a moment here on FloCollege. Look at the Crusaders bench as Holy Cross gets ready to take the opening kickoff in the third quarter. Let's take a look back at what started as a pretty tough night for UNH quarterback Matt Vezza. Again, under heavy pressure here, throws it up for grabs, and Eli Thompson returns it all the way.
Yeah, definitely some tough adversity off the first half, but he's still making some good plays. He just needs to bounce back and keep doing what he's doing.
Definitely a different type of week for Vezza, who played a clean game last week. 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Hasn't run the ball as much so far, and you figured with the rough weather prior to kickoff, we actually might have seen more of that.
Yeah, definitely. I thought so you'd see a little bit more of it too, but we definitely got to see the new game plan that this offense will go over. I'm hoping that they get the running games more involved, see if they can get Miles Thompson open in more backfield situations. But, again, we still got a whole nother half of football left.
Both teams still searching, I think, for some more traction. Holy Cross a little bit better rushing the ball, but both teams averaging below 3 yards a carry right now.
Both offenses have had flashes of greatness, but, again, they just seem to can't finish when it really matters. So, definitely, hopefully, one of the teams can correct it by the end of this game.
Well, we'll see. Locked in for a battle here in the second half. Along with the former Wildcat Evan Gray, I'm Ben Alcher. Thanks for joining us on a late night in Durham. Just past 8:30 here as we get ready to kick off the third quarter. Benches try to fire up the crowd who had to sit through maybe a longer than normal pregame, and obviously the wet weather dampens things a little bit, but the teams we know will be into it. First real opportunity perhaps for Elijah Cason. He had a 97-yard kick return touchdown last week. The only kick return he's fielded today, he fielded underneath the goalposts.
It's definitely a good kick, but again, he's someone you don't want to just give too many chances to run back a kick. He's really capable to really bring one back.
He's tied for the second longest in program history. It's one of 2 kick return touchdowns in that game between Holy Cross and Northern Illinois. The Huskies had one as well. Got it right after the Crusaders took their only lead in the game at 10-6. Northern Illinois never looked back. High end overhand kick. This one is returnable. Cason from the 7. He'll cut back up the middle, and he's met there at the 23. Stopped on a dime by Raleigh Collins III.
I'll tell you what, Raleigh Collins brought the boom on that one. What a good tackle right there.
Just sandwiched him into a teammate. Seven Bullock, or Barry Kleinpeter, I believe, was out there. So here comes Cal Swanson. It's been an interesting day for the Holy Cross quarterback. 5 of 10 for 50 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He's only been sacked once, but he has fumbled a couple of snaps. He's recovered both times, but both those fumbles in key spots. Here he dodges a sack somehow and escapes out the backside and pulled down from behind after a gain of 10. Jordan McAllister went leaping at him, and Swanson had that spidey sense to duck out of the way.
Yeah, definitely a costly mistake by McAllister. Almost really had the sack right there, but good job by this quarterback to get the first down. Almost fumbled the ball, though, again.
That's a swing and a miss on a fastball down the middle for McAllister.
Ain't that the truth?
Swanson dodges another hit in the backfield. He's across the 40, spinning again, and picks up another first down. So 2 undesigned runs for the Illinois transfer, and he's got 2 first downs for the Crusaders.
I tell you what, though, this is kind of what we saw in the first, though. They have so many good chances to get first downs and move the ball. They take chunks of the field each play. But then, again, back to what we've been saying, the finishing has just not been there.
That was McAllister again in the backfield, but again coming up with air. He's not going to watch this first drive back. Swanson to throw, short toss, caught by Mosey, weaving his way back to the middle of the field, dives forward. He's got a gain of 13 or 14 and a first down. Max Mosey heavily involved in that first half for Holy Cross.
I tell you what, it's been all 3 plays, but each play has just been a first down after first down. There's a lot of momentum being formed right now. Really good throw and catch operation right there to get another first down.
Third catch of the day for Mosey. He's also got a couple carries, 4 of them for 11 yards. Little hobbled as he makes his way over to the sideline. Swanson motions a tight end in the backfield. First down inside the Wildcat 40. Handoff Sam Slade, running room off the left. Plenty of space there. Pickup of about 6 for Slade.
We've definitely been talking about their main guy, Jaden Clearvo, but Sam Slade, he's been running really hard, having a good game himself.
Threw a 27-yard touchdown pass last year in Central New York against the Syracuse Orange. It was a trip up in weight class for Holy Cross. They played an FBS opponent again last week. Slade, they fake the handoff to him. Swanson scrambling, twisted down. Can't escape the pressure this time. That was Jackson Downey along with Cameron Garner-Young in to clean it up.
Good duo tackle right there. Good job by Jackson Downey. Another young guy who's making plays right there.
Jackson Stone got in with the initial pressure, the New Hampshire native from across the state, diagonally, if you will, north and west, all the way up to Lebanon. That's Dartmouth's backyard. I'm sure UNH loves getting a recruit from Dartmouth country.
You can't beat that.
That sets up a 3rd and 9 after the loss. Swanson has time, now rolls, scrambles, he's trailing back. Swanson on the move, throws it down the sideline, incomplete.
Cal Swanson's pass incomplete, intended for Sam Slade.
Tim Bonagora is the lone starter back on defense. He was in there providing the initial pressure. McAllister helped to flush Swanson as well, and a little bit of frustration from the Illinois transfer as he could not lead the offense into scoring position again.
Good job just avoiding the sack, trying to make something out of nothing. But again, costly decision by this Holy Cross offense. You've had so many good plays and you're still ending up with no points on the board.
Ethan Moss, 1 punt today, 38 yards. Going to try to pin the Wildcats back deep again. Sent it to the 9 his first time. We'll look to drop it inside. Thomason, fair caught. This one at the 13. So Moss doing his job, setting up UNH with bad field position. But again, the Wildcat defense, as you said in the first half, bending but not breaking.
Yeah, definitely let some plays go, but still did a great job getting off the field and not having any points on the board. But now we get to see how this offense can get some points on the board themselves.
Scoring drive to end the first half. We'll see if that allows them to carry any momentum forward. Again, Matt Vezza leads the crew out with Miles Thomason in the backfield. Heavy first half load for Thomason. 9 carries for 24 yards, 2 catches for 8 yards, and was targeted a couple other times. They'll give it to him on first down here. Some running room. He's across the right side and ripped out of bounds. Cam Jones did well to keep Thomason from turning the corner there. Otherwise, that would have been a big gainer.
Turned the corner really nicely on that one. Just got close enough to make even a bigger play. Really good job by this defender stopping Miles from getting the first down. That was really good.
Part of the Patriot League all preseason team, and Thomason maybe trying to sell something at the end there.
Acting class is not for him, but not the best flop right there.
Maybe not a theater major?
Probably not, no. But smart guy, he's a business major.
Sets up a 2nd down and 3 from the UNH 20. Thomason to Vezza's right this time. Caleb Burke goes in motion. Vezza will keep it. He runs to the right. He's got space across the 30, knocked down there.
I tell you what, man, again, he makes some really good plays, and we get to really see his running capability. He's doing a really good job just getting up the field and making a really good run play right there.
And that really looks like a big part of the foundation of what UNH wants to do, that option look. Vezza making the decision whether to hand it or keep it and find running room off tackle.
And I think when you establish the run game, what you're seeing Miles do, you would make it room where Vezza can take the ball and have a really good play like that. So, again, really good football we're seeing right now from this offense.
Offset eye, 2 tight ends. Vezza under center. Thomason in the backfield. They'll give to him here. Thomason tried to go up the middle. Now jukes outside. He's going to be hit for a loss back at the 29. Loss of about 1 there is, again, Cam Santee coming off the edge. Blew that play up.
Yeah, didn't really see much on that play either, but good job just by Miles just trying to get up the field.
You can see the initial look was trying to go up the middle, and no hole presented itself.
But again, if you're this UNH offense, you're taking time off the clock. You're still trying to move the ball up the field. So again, we can just see how they respond now.
Actually marking a loss of 3, so 2nd down and 13. Ramshaw motioning out. They throw the wide receiver screen. A couple of the linemen got out there in front of Burke. Only a pickup of about 6. Santee over to make the tackle once again.
Really good screenplay right there, though. Colby Ramshaw, really good tight end right there. Has a really great blocking capability. still a positive play. At least make it third and manageable now.
Former freshman All-American back in 2023. Not aware he's one of the elder statesmen on this offensive unit as a junior. 3rd down and 7. UNH 1 for 7 on 3rd down. Ramshaw motioning toward the line of scrimmage. Vezza going to keep it. Looking for daylight. Can't find any. Only able to nose ahead for about 3. Joseph Townsend, the 5th-year senior, met him. And UNH, after a couple first downs, going to be forced to punt.
Interesting play design right there. Nothing really going, but again, like you said, forced to punt. Now we just got to actually watch to see if the defense can hold up the momentum they've had so far.
Maybe hoping that Holy Cross would send a blitz and sort of the seas would part. Guidebeck had a 51-yarder his last time out. He's averaged better than 40 yards per punt so far. He'll try to pin Mosey as far back as he can. Guidebeck gets the kick away in the face of some rushers. Mosey off a hop, just going to fall down across the 20. Minimal return. And the Holy Cross offense will be back out on the field. Quick moving 3rd quarter here in Durham. Wildcats in front 10-9 over the Crusaders here on FloCollege. Welcome back here to Durham, along with Evan Gray. Ben Alcher here with you on FloCollege. Evan, we talked a couple times about this UNH team really having to reload through the offseason, especially on the defensive side of the football. 10 new defensive starters week 1 against North Carolina Central. 35 new players on the roster, and it's really going to be incumbent on the coaching. Rick Santos, obviously the head coach, but including the coordinators, Ed Borden on offense, Scott James on defense, to be able to bring everybody up to speed quickly.
100%. You have a lot of new faces, but you have a great coaching staff that's up to the challenge to teach these guys right from wrong. They've had experience from past leadership too. So again, new faces, but still, there's just room for opportunity, and you have new leadership forming.
So far, that new look defense has stood tall on a couple of occasions. Going to be asked to do it again here. Swanson pumps, now goes, and is going to be swept down by DJ Johnson. Only about a yard or two. Swanson showing more of a propensity to run here early in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I feel like he's doing a really good job showing his legs right now. Again, hasn't seen much going on, but he's making positive plays with his feet. Both QBs are actually probably doing a really good job of that so far, we can see.
Not a whole lot of downfield shots yet. We've seen one from Holy Cross. Obviously the trick play from UNH that resulted in the touchdown. Here comes a blitz off the edge. Swanson tries to scramble out of it, tries to reverse field, almost lost the football again. That was the blitzer, Darren Burton, eventually, who caught up to him. Swanson went out the other side, but then got slowed up. We'll see if he actually did lose the grip here.
Let's try find. Barely lost it, but Darren Burton, he's doing such a good job getting to the next level and getting a hold of this QB.
And you can see he punched in with that left hand. It looked like it may have just slipped for a moment. Swanson's fumbled 2 snaps tonight, 1 out of the gun, 1 under center. So just maybe something to keep an eye on. Again, could be wet football from the rain. Swanson on 3rd and long, sets. He is twisted up, and he's going to be taken down for a sack. Luke Teske. No, make that Bonagora. And Johnson in there as well.
I tell you what, man, they're finally getting pressure to the QB. That's a crucial sack right there. And then now off this punt, they'll be in better field position than they were in the past. Great job by this defense, man. They're answering the call this whole game. Really good job.
3rd sack by the Wildcat defense. They had 3 a week ago. Now an opportunity maybe for Thomason to return one. He's had a couple fair catches inside his own 15. Now he's going to jog inside the 50, not expecting a deep punt here from Moss. Side spinning kick, takes a hop. Thomason telling his teammates to get away as it takes a Crusader roll back inside the UNH 40. So Moss will get some extra distance with the roll, and UNH will start out at its own 36-yard line. As we get to another timeout, Wildcats offense back on the field when we come back. 10-9 UNH here in Durham.
At Service Credit Union, we believe that your life is a story. And like most stories, every chapter brings something different. A new adventure, a new calling, a new hero, and even a new beginning. No matter what page you're on, we'll be with you. Service Credit Union.
At Mass General Brigham, the people we care for are at the center of everything we do. For those with cancer, we are with them for every twist and turn, connecting cancer specialists and other experts from across our health system. New collaborations, new treatments, leading to new hope and possibilities. We're one against cancer. There's only one Mass General Brigham.
In life, we're all going in different directions. But even though we're different, we all want better health. Who doesn't want that? That's why at Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, a Point 32 health company, we offer employers and members personalized guidance, from choosing the right plan to getting the right care. And all our plans support whole health for people and families of every kind. It's how we help you navigate your way to better health. Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, this way to better health.
Once again, the UNH defense standing up tall, this time getting a little more aggressive with some pressure on Cal Swanson in the backfield. Leads to good field position here for Veza and company.
We'll see what this offense can do. I'm really excited to see what Matt can do. Again, they're in good field position. Hopefully this momentum the defense has created gives this UNH offense an opening.
But if you call this one a boxing match, right? Both teams, a couple big haymakers in the first few minutes. Now here in the second half, it's turned into sort of jab and jab.
You were not wrong about that one.
Both teams trying to avoid the next big mistake or giving up the next big play. Thomason, no, that's Denzel Gibson, his first carry of the game. Did not get a touch in the first half. I don't even know if he was on the field for a snap.
I don't think he was either. That was interesting to see, but back to what you said, he's the bigger back, a little bit more physical of a runner. He's definitely someone you want to get going too.
Had over 350 total yards a year ago with 3 touchdowns, all on the ground. They get him involved in the offense there. Carry for 5 on his first touch. See how Holy Cross adjusts to the bigger back in the game now. Veza gonna roll out to his right, looking to throw. Downfield, he's got Burke wide open at the 35, cuts it out to the 30, and is dropped there. He was the motion man, and somehow they forgot all about the leading returning receiver for the Wildcats.
You want to talk about a beautiful pass by Veza right here. Such a good job while running to throw a dime right to Caleb Burke. Really good football right now we're seeing.
Longest completion of the day for Veza. Sets up first down inside the Crusader 30-yard line.
I think the more plays you see Veza do like that, he'll get more comfortable to throw out down the field like that and take a shot.
Philly in motions this time. The handoff. No, Veza keeps around the right side. Tripped up, pickup of 10 though. And a first down for Veza. Logan Perez helping to block downfield for his QB.
Tell you what, we're seeing this QB do it all right now. Great pass on the previous play. Now running capability showing. He can do it all once he get him going.
UNH starting to show tempo inside the red zone. Veza sets, runs to the 15, cuts it back, down at the 11. Pickup of 6, a lot more Veza using his legs here in the third quarter.
100%. He definitely has the ability to get the ball down the field when he wants to. Scramble mechanics, really good job by him so far.
Second and manageable. Hawks need to get it down inside the Crusader 8 for a first down.
It feels like UNH is doing a really good job with time management too, just controlling the down and distances and owning the ball right on offense too.
I believe this is their first time in the red zone today. Little mush run there, dangerous. As Veza tried to hold it as long as he could.
No gain on the play.
Yeah. The Wildcats end up losing a yard or two.
Not sure. Oh, it looks like they almost fumbled the ball, actually.
I don't know. It looked like Veza tried to pull it, and then Thomason tried to take it.
Definitely some miscommunication. Could have been costly, but.
What's the MO there from a former running back?
I would just say when it comes to run-pass options, sometimes something like that happens. The QB seeing something that the running back isn't. But at the end of the day, you got to take care of the ball.
Play clock down to 5 here on third down. Veza fakes. Veza throws. That's going to be incomplete. Pressured by Jovan George. New Jersey native right in his face. Veza tried to get it out, but couldn't do it in time. And so Nick Reed will come out for his second field goal attempt.
I think Veza still did a good job just avoiding the negative play, but you just saw good offense right now. Now, hopefully, they potentially get some points on the board. This is their first time in the red zone, so this is a positive thing for UNH, if you ask me.
Another difference from a week ago. Wildcats were perfect in the red zone last week. Held to a field goal here. Reed hit from 33 to end the first half. This one in the final minutes of the third quarter. All righty, has it up and away. Still perfect. 5 for 5 is Nick Reed on the season. And UNH adds to its lead. Wildcats in front 13-9. Let's take a look back how that drive all got started for UNH. It was, again, good work from the Wildcat defense that set them up in good position. BJ Johnson with a couple pressures in the backfield. There was the blitz from Darren Burton, and then Johnson again along with Tim Bonagora. Wildcats putting the heat on Swanson here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're definitely bringing pressure to this QB, but I'll tell you what, it's really making them think and getting out and scramble mechanics. This defense has been doing such a good job throughout this game, just rolling with the punches. Like this, a Holy Cross offense has had some good plays, but at the end of the day, this defense has stood tall and definitely overcame some adversity.
And that's another question, I suppose. You know, if you're Holy Cross, you're watching Cal Swanson again. Has all the measurables, has the Power 5 talent originally committing to Illinois, has the legs, as we've seen. But how long does it maybe take to get a guy up to speed when he hasn't played for 2 full years?
Yeah, definitely. That definitely plays a factor. Who knows how the weather's affecting him in the long run. But if you're the offensive coordinator, you probably got to think about what's the best way to get some points on the board, whether you want to take a shot down the field, even maybe roll through a trick play. So we'll definitely see what happens.
Squib kick this time doesn't come all the way back to Quezon, but it still will be returned across the 30 by Ty Curran. That is the son of Dan Curran, by the way, originally committed to Ball State. And now gets to come back close to home and play for his dad. So good starting field position here. talked with Coach Curran about that earlier in the week, said it's definitely different, but it was definitely Ty's decision when he decided to enter the transfer portal, leave Ball State because of a coaching change there. He made the choice to come to Holy Cross, maybe almost independent of the fact that his father was the coach.
Yeah, it definitely plays a part. It definitely, I can't even imagine how cool it would be to be on a collegiate team and your dad's the head coach. So I understand the opportunity.
For what it's worth, he was originally recruited by the previous head coach, Bob Chesney, now at James Madison. Swanson hands off on first down. First touch for Clairvaux, I think, here in the second half. He powers ahead for a gain of 4 or 5.
Yeah, back to what I was kind of mentioning before. I think just how UNH has been playing this half offensively, they've taken the time of possession where we haven't really gotten a chance to see Holy Cross be able to run the ball as much as they probably want to. We're almost to the fourth quarter already.
Possession about even at halftime. Slight edge to UNH at the moment. Second down and medium. Swanson again, the give to Clairvaux. Picks up about a yard or 2 off the right side this time. Running into Zach Guerin, the Bedford, New Hampshire native, coming off a good week 1, 3 tackles, including a sack.
Zach Guerin's another guy who's a captain on this team, does such a good job. So another person you could depend on, and you definitely want to see him get a lot more tackles now as this season goes through.
Part of the rotation off the ends. He and McAllister bookending in here for a 3rd and 4. Youngblood motions into the slot. Swanson to throw, under pressure up the middle, and he's going to be hammered down for a sack, but a flag will come out. This is going to be roughing the passer on Justice Akinmoladen. It was the suplex at the end that's going to draw the flag. He had him tied up. He had him twisted down. It was the extra little sort of wrestling toss, if you will, away at the end. That's what drew the penalty.
Respectfully, I don't agree with the call, but I get the extra slam, but it's just momentum, but can't really happen. Costly mistake.
Again, sort of the way the game is called sort of at all levels at this point.
Nowadays, but as a former offensive player, I still struggle with something like that. But again, costly mistake after something that could have been a really good play for this defense.
That's now 5 penalties the Wildcats have had tonight that have gone for 10 yards or more. So it's 15 yards from the spot of the foul, but because it's a personal foul penalty, it is going to be an automatic first down for the Crusaders. And again, think back to the penalty troubles UNH had last week. Similar story so far tonight. A couple holdings on offense, a couple personal foul penalties. They've dodged a couple of PIs, otherwise that total would be even higher.
Yeah, but that's just something you got to avoid. Just penalties like that are very costly because it's automatic first downs too. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite this team.
Fresh start here. Joseph Williams carries for 7 on first down. Just across midfield into UNH territory, and that will likely be the last play of the 3rd quarter. As we count down the final 10 seconds. So another potential defensive stand turns into a penalty, and a fresh life on the drive for Holy Cross. We'll see if they can make something out of it. 15 minutes left to go here in Durham. A defensive showdown with the Wildcats on top of the Crusaders. 13-9. Start of the 4th quarter next here on FloCollege. Well, if you want to ask anyone about the UNH Holy Cross rivalry, Scott James is probably the best expert on the matter. Former UNH safeties coach, mid-2000s, then made his way down to Worcester, took over as the defensive coordinator under Bob Chesney between 2017 and 2023. Last year, came back to UNH as the safeties coach, and then promoted to defensive coordinator, given the title in the offseason. Dialed up some really good defenses for some really good Holy Cross teams, and he's dialed up a good defense again tonight for UNH.
He's definitely one of the best coaches in New England. I had the honor to be coached by him throughout my time at UNH, even gone against him when I was playing against Holy Cross. Known him for a while, really great guy, awesome coach. That's definitely someone you want in your coaching program.
Trying to watch his defense redeem itself after the roughing the passer penalty that kept the drive alive just before the quarter break. Swanson looking to throw over the middle, finds his man Mosey, cuts it to the 30, pulled down for a first down. Another big gainer for Max Mosey.
I tell you what, we have seen him throw the ball and make some good plays down the field. He's definitely been kind of showing off his legs and running the ball more, but definitely a great play by him, throw catch right there.
Duncan Moreland eventually made the stop. Fourth catch of the day for Mosey. Over 50 yards receiving. Crusaders have been in this spot on several drives, but have only come away with a field goal. Here's Clairvaux trying to get all the way through. Moreland eventually got to him. May have saved the touchdown. Clairvaux all the way down to the 11, his best run.
Clairvaux, man, we've definitely seen him have the ability to make good plays. Really nice run right there. And now we're deep in the red zone.
Out of the high school football powerhouse down in Massachusetts, Everett. Went a prep year at Williston, Northampton. All NEPSAC first teamer coming out of high school. 1st and 10. Clairvaux again, trying to move the pile. He's inside the 10-yard line. Got about 4 there.
That's a real positive run right there. Still took like 5, almost maybe even 6 yards on that play. Really good job so far off this quarter by Clairvaux.
A couple short yardage situations. Holy Cross tried some different things. Did not get Clairvaux the football. They messed around with some wildcat. Didn't find a way to convert. Maybe more of a no-nonsense approach here. Holy Cross checks the play with the sideline. Rick Santos screaming for a foul that's not coming. Clairvaux again, off the right tackle. Tries to jump over a couple bodies. He's got enough for a first down. About 2 yards shy of the goal line.
This Holy Cross offense has been here before, very close to the goal line. Still, hopefully they can put some points on the board if you're Holy Cross, but really big-time plays right now by Clairvaux right now. He's running really hard. He's being a physical runner right now.
Goal line defense coming in for UNH. Some big chunk plays by Clairvaux to get the Crusaders on the doorstep of taking the lead. Heavy formation here. Play clock down to 4, down to 3. Clairvaux takes it, bounces it. Clairvaux's in! Well, the penalty kept the drive alive, and Jaden Clairvaux said, I'll take it from here, fellas. 4 straight carries, gets Holy Cross in the end zone, and the Crusaders go back in front.
That roughing the passer came back to actually haunt UNH in the end. Clairvaux doing such a good job and showing everybody why you should give him the ball late in the game. Really good run, definitely putting the team on his back. Good job by this offense.
Valenzuela out to attempt the extra point. His first one tonight was blocked. This would make it a 3-point game. Low line drive, it is good. So the extra point is good, and it is a 3-point ball game. UNH held the lead, but Holy Cross finally finds a way to convert in the red zone. Jaden Clairvaux from a yard out, and the Crusaders have the lead 16-13. Wildcats try to take it back when we come back here to Durham. Cross, even though it's only a second-year head coach in Dan Curran, he's got a solid foundation to build upon, led by that man, Jaden Clairvaux, part of the Patriot League first-team all-conference year ago. Max Mosey, we've seen him featured tonight as well on offense. And on the defensive side, Cam Jones has made a couple nice stops.
Yeah, I tell you what, when we interviewed him the other day, he was mentioning how they had a lot of depth in a lot of positions. So definitely interesting to see how many people can make plays. But again, Jaden's definitely the star of the show right now.
4 straight carries from Clairvaux. Gets Holy Cross from about the 30-yard line into the end zone. His first touchdown after he had 11 a year ago. Logan Perez will take it from his own 4-yard line on the kickoff return. He's to the 25 and not much further. A little bit of a late shove as the UNH bench up in arms looking for a flag that, again, will not come. Now there is a flag down, but back near midfield, so we'll see what this is all about.
It looked like some type of scruffle on Holy Cross's end, which will probably result in.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. TPT number 37, a 15-yard penalty.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Cameron Mills on the Holy Cross kickoff unit. So that's going to tack on 15 yards from the end of the run, set up maybe the best field position of the day for UNH. Second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Crusaders.
I tell you what, like both teams just seem to be their worst enemies with these penalties. You just can't afford something like that.
That was the scrum, but I don't think that's where the flag came from. Or at least I didn't see a 37 in there for the Crusaders. First down carry, Thomason bounces it off left tackle, only picks up about a gain of a yard or two.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Again, it's still something out of nothing. A very positive run right there.
Not as much Miles Thomason in that third quarter, maybe saving him a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely getting the bulk of the running, the carries right now. You definitely probably don't want to tire him out too much, but you definitely got to rely on him heavy for the rest of this game now.
Saw Denzel Gibson get a carry. We saw Veza running a lot more really in that third quarter. Thomason again finds a hole up the middle, ripped down to the 50 by Santee. Pickup of 6 there, sets up 3rd and short.
Again, another positive run right there. Doing such a good job just getting up down the field. And I think the more when you have Miles running like this, you'll have Veza open for a good run or vice versa. So, again, this running game is definitely depending on Miles and Veza right now.
See what they dial up here on a 3rd and 2. Right at midfield, center of the Wildcat logo. 2 tight end set. Thomason motions out of the backfield. Veza high snap, gonna throw it deep down the right sideline. They're all tied up, and a flag comes in, 2 flags in. Ryan Blagg was locked up down the field. You could see the jersey tugged off the shoulder pad. As they took a shot on 3rd and short, Blagg had a one-on-one matchup, and that's gonna be a 15-yard pass interference against Caden Newsom.
Yeah, you haven't seen too many shots down the field like that, but there was definitely a lot of holding on that call. Good job by the refs picking it up, and again, solid play right there for UNH's offense.
Sophomore from Baltimore, hoping the flag would not come out, but it did. So this time around, it's a Holy Cross penalty that keeps a UNH drive alive. We'll see if the Wildcats can do anything with it. Field goal ties it, touchdown gives them the lead. I formation, Veza under center. 2 wideouts to the near side. They fake the handoff. Veza sets, throws over the middle. It is nearly intercepted. They were looking for one of the tight ends, Peyton Strickland, who caught a big touchdown last week. But that one floated and was up for grabs.
Yeah, that had too much air over it. Definitely a costly, could have been an interception. Definitely missed an open Caleb Burke too, but all the same, that could have been costly for UNH.
Newsom almost got it right back. That was right in his breadbasket, and if not for Strickland just sort of continuing on his route and colliding with him, Not enough for a penalty, obviously, because he's the offensive player, but
definitely a little luck almost just on that collision, but still could have been a costly mistake.
Nearly the third interception of the day for Veza. Thomason escapes trouble in the backfield, avoided a loss, and makes a gain out of nothing there. Will set up a 3rd and long, though, for UNH in what is probably 4-down territory.
3rd down and 7 for UNH.
That was a really good job, again, by Miles, because he almost could have lost some yards on that play, just making something out of nothing. But, again, you're on a 3rd and 7.
He's had to do that a ton tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And he's capable, though. He's shifty, he's quick, and he can get out of situations. But, again, now this is a 3rd and somewhat manageable position.
Trips receivers to the top of the screen. Wilson in the middle. He's been quiet tonight. Grad transfer from Wesleyan. Veza going to run it. Design QB run to the right side. Not much space there. He's going to be pulled down. Colin Reynolds in on the tackle. There's a Holy Cross player down. That will stop the clock before what will probably be a 4th down play for UNH. That is Jovan George, the junior defensive tackle from New Jersey, down on the field for the Crusaders.
You can imagine they ran that play just to get a little bit closer to make it 4th and manageable. But one thing that's just the heart of the game is that this UNH offense has not done well in 3rd down conversions. I believe that's now 1 in 10.
Yep.
Just really can't have something like that if you're going to be successful in football, to be a good, efficient offense. They really got to work on moving the ball and moving the chains a little bit better now.
Yeah, you look back last year, they struggled on 3rd down as well. They were bottom 3rd of the country in terms of 3rd down efficiency. Look at the top of your screen. There you see George. Didn't look like it was anything with a collision. May have just gotten twisted up. So they will not go for it on 4th down. They're going to send out Reed. I mean, why not? He's been so good so far, but this is really testing the length of the kicker here. This is going to be close to a 50-yarder to try to tie the game. The snap, the hold is good. Kick on the way, and it is pure. Nick Reed introducing himself to the Durham faithful with a blast.
How about Mr. Reliable? 5 for 5, and he really got to show his strength on that kick. Great job by this kicker.
Another excellent day for Nick Reed. 3 for 3, 2 for 2 last week. 3 for 3 today. That one drifted a little, but tucked just inside the right upright. The distance was not an issue.
Yeah, definitely unfazed. Really good job by this kicker, man. New on the scene, but definitely making an impact really early off in the season already.
And for a 2nd straight year, we're going to come down to the wire, it looks like, between the Crusaders and the Wildcats. The difference maker last year was an early 4th quarter touchdown by Isaac Side. And the UNH defense held up for a 21-20 win on the road in Worcester. Logan Tomlinson had a couple scores. Brendan Teig had a late interception. Despite Joe Padansky throwing for over 300 yards for Holy Cross, wasn't enough for the Crusaders in the end.
I tell you what, though, whether it just be, I know Maine is usually the main rival for UNH, but Holy Cross is a strong contender. I feel like every time these two teams go head-to-head against each other, it's always a close game, it's always competitive, and even like you said, last year's a great example of that, a 21-20 game, and now we have something very similar going on.
More often you meet, the deeper that rivalry goes. Cason fumbles it, he's gonna bring it out of the end zone. Cason in trouble, pulled down to the 5. Oh, the bobble threw him off, and then he made the decision somewhat hesitantly to come out. Once he took that half step over the goal line, you gotta make your best effort.
Yeah, that's one of those you wish you could go in the mind of the kicker and see what went wrong, but costly mistake right there.
You can see his teammate telling him to stop, but he had return on his mind.
And that's gonna come back to haunt them because now you're in awful position.
It was Cohen Cook, the safety, who got all the way down the field to rip him down. So Swanson's got to start from deep in his own end. Worst starting field position of the day for Holy Cross, but they're going to go right to Clairvaux, turning the corner, lowering the shoulders and muscling his way across the 10. Trevor Barry meeting him there.
We're really starting to see what Clairvaux can do, though. He's doing a really good job getting out there and making plays.
By the way, it was officially a 50-yard field goal for Nick Reed. That is a seasoning career long.
Tell you what, he did with all the confidence in the world.
Throw over the middle, complete, close to a first down, and is enough to move the sticks. Blake Youngblood with his first catch of the day.
Can we just talk about how cool it is to have a last name that's Youngblood? Sound like a rapper. I love it. It's a great football name and great catch right there. Again, this Holy Cross offense makes plays. They're doing a really good job moving the ball up the field, even despite the field position. They just need to carry on that momentum.
Clairvaux piled on. Bonagora helps bring him down after a short gain.
Nothing really going on that run, and the more you kind of see Clairvaux getting the ball, you got to wonder if this UNH defense is going to start anticipating it and playing accordingly.
Tim Bonagora on the stop. Second down and 10.
Swanson fakes the give, has time, throws deep over the middle, and it is intercepted! Reaching up to pull it down. That was picked off. Raleigh Collins, athletic, going up to pull that one down away from Mullally.
Again, a guy that just got back to the team, transferred from WVU, I believe. Great play right there. That ball was up in the air for a while, and he made a great play to get this UNH defense off the field.
Boy, it looked like Moreland was almost going to knock Mullally down, had to pull himself out of the play almost, but Collins reaching up, able to get back and yank that one out of midair. First turnover by the UNH defense. After Veza was picked off twice in the first half, Collins, first of his UNH career. And the Wildcats take over. Time starting to become a factor, 7:21 to play. Here comes the blitz. Thomason yanked back. Garrett Baldwin came shooting off the edge, and Thomason really had no chance there.
Really not much going on right there on that play. They brought a lot of blitz. They brought a good blitz right there to kind of just break it up, and Miles had nowhere to go. You got to wonder, though, as time is wandering down, if you're UNH, maybe take a shot, try to get something up the field. Either way, one of these teams needs to get points on the board.
Please start the game clock on my signal. Thank you.
Just a little malfunction with the game clock. They'll wind it now from 7:15 and counting. Second and long. Once again, it's been Veza wire to wire today. He's taken a couple lumps, and we're going to get a procedure penalty here.
Offense, number 74.
False start on the center, Luke Swain. Maybe a little hitch there before the snap.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I know it's early in the season, but it just seems like both teams are just making costly mistakes. And this time in the game, you just can't afford something like that. Luke Swain, he's very seasoned. Usually doesn't make mistakes like that, but the worst thing you can do is go backwards in a time like this.
25 seconds on the play clock.
Starting left guard last year, they shifted him to center this year. That was one of the other things sort of that was of note coming out of the North Carolina Central game. There were a couple of muffed snaps. Veza, screen, Burke nearly intercepted as he lost the handle on it. It was a forward pass, so not a fumble. Well, that was a fastball. Burke couldn't pull it in. I think he felt somebody coming.
Yeah, I think he took his eyes off the ball, just felt a lot of the pressure trying to get up the field, but almost an interception right there, and thankfully it was a forward pass.
It nearly landed right in the hands of Cam Santee. So a drive that has gone backwards here for UNH after the turnover. This one will be blown dead.
Delay of game. Offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty.
Delay of game penalty on Veza. That'll back him up 5 more. And this is maybe just now where you try to create as much space as possible for Guidebeck.
Yeah, just another costly mistake. You can imagine that this UNH offense now is probably just going to go with the run or something just to get up the field and putting themselves in a punt situation.
Third and forever. They'll hand it off on a draw play. Thomason bounces it to the outside, cuts it back at the 30. Pickup of about 9 there for Thomason on 3rd and long. Guidebeck will have to come out to punt it. So not much UNH does following the interception by Collins.
Yeah, I had a feeling it'd be a play, something like that. But you just got to punt it away, and hopefully that your defense can hold strong on this one. But as time's running back, you're going to wonder if those penalties will be costly and if Holy Cross gets the points on the board.
So we have to watch for the block here. Holy Cross had a few blocked punts last year. UNH going to bring some extra protection in. Mosey back to return right around his own 30. Guidebeck gets it away clean. High spiraling kick. Mosey calls for the fair catch and has to go to the turf to make it. Had to go a long way side to side, but the short-handed Max Mosey reels it in clean, and Holy Cross will get the football back. 5:33 to go here in the 4th quarter. Tied at 16. Crusaders got the lead back on a Jaden Clairvaux touchdown run. Nick Reed tied it back up on a 50-yard field goal for UNH. What has been a heck of a day for the UNH kicker. But now it all comes down to who can execute better over this next 5:33.
We still got plenty of football left, and again, we have a Holy Cross offense that's been making plays and just scored, so we definitely got to see what they can do. I can imagine you're trying to give the ball to number 5 right now.
A lot of running room off the edge here. Tried to give it to Kason and let him create the space.
That's something you haven't really seen this whole game, but they gave Kason a chance out in open spaces, and again, that was a positive run right there. You can only hope to think that Holy Cross's game plan will be these kinds of runs, owning the clock management, and then probably drain as much clocking and get a field goal or something on the board.
Clairvaux takes the handoff, runs through one defender, eventually ripped down by Skinner.
Skinner on the tackle.
Haven't heard much for the FAU transfer. A couple tackles for him.
Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5.
Crusaders on the move again. Clairvaux again, this time trying the right side. A lot of space there. He's in UNH territory with another 1st down.
Clairvaux, man's really showing what he can do this half. Like right now, he just seems very unstoppable right now.
Definitely a nice bounce back night for him.
Yeah, but what's impressive to see too is, like I said, he's getting these 1st downs and moving the ball. And now you're in a situation where you want to kill as much time as possible because you're getting closer and closer to field goal range.
Under 4 minutes to go. Holy Cross trying to find a way in front here. Here comes the blitz. Slade, the backup. Nudges forward for about 3.
Handoff to Sam Slade.
Just getting a steady diet of the ground attack right now.
It just seems relentless right now, and they have two backs that are running really physical and getting positive yards every time they get the ball in their hands. It's a hard thing to stop right now.
Second down and 6.
Holy Cross trying to win in Durham for the first time in the 2000s. This has not been an easy place to play for the Crusaders or really anybody. Swanson tucks, scrambles, and runs. Nice hurdle over a defender. He's inside the 20 to the 10 before he's negotiated out of bounds. A great leap by Swanson, showing off the athleticism as he got around Darren Burton, and a huge run for the sophomore transfer.
Both backs are just showing what they can do with when they get the ball in their hands in open spaces. Really good play right now. They're jumping over the cornerback, or a huge run.
So now if you're the Crusaders inside the 10-yard line, you're really looking to burn up the clock.
It's definitely an interesting situation to be for a defense.
They hand it off, Clairvaux. They'll make that Slade. Only got about a yard or so.
Sam Slade on the carry. DJ Farrell on the stop.
Clock will continue to tick down, and Swanson, heading toward his sideline, will be content to let the 2-minute warning arrive. Can the UNH defense come up with another goal line stand, or will Clairvaux punch another one home? We'll find out when we come back. Holy Cross knocking on the doorstep. Tied at 16 here in Durham.
In life, we're all going in different directions. But even though we're different, we all want better health. Who doesn't want that? That's why at Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, a Point32 health company, we offer employers and members personalized guidance, from choosing the right plan to getting the right care. And all our plans support whole health for people and families of every kind. It's how we help you navigate your way to better health. Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, this way to better health.
At Mass General Brigham, the people we care for are at the center of everything we do. For those with cancer, we are with them for every twist and turn, connecting cancer specialists and other experts from across our health system. New collaborations, new treatments, leading to new hope and possibilities. We're one against cancer. There's only one Mass General Brigham.
At Service Credit Union, we believe that your life is a story. And like most stories, every chapter brings something different. A new adventure, a new calling, a new hero, and even a new beginning. No matter what page you're on, we'll be with you. Service Credit Union.
Holy Cross trying to take the lead late here on the road in Durham. Tied at 16 with 2 minutes to go. This drive started with about 6 minutes and change left. And it has been all ground and pound from the Crusaders. Cason, Clairvaux, Slade, Swanson, everybody getting a touch, but they have methodically worked their way inside the UNH 10-yard line, Evan.
Yeah, just bit by bit, they just seem to have the momentum and just taking away with their feet. Whether it be the QB or the running back, they're doing a really good job, and now they kind of have room to make plays and just take time away off the clock.
Second down and goal. Clairvaux going to be knocked backwards here. This time UNH gets a couple bodies in front of them, and it's the senior Bonagora leading the charge. Timeout taken, I believe, by UNH, trying to preserve as much time as possible here.
Yeah, you're in a situation where the time is precious right now, and again, the more stops you make, the more you can just reserve the time to hopefully get your offense back on the field.
Now, a field goal obviously is enough here if you're Holy Cross, but Crusaders have already had an extra point blocked. Valenzuela on the year is 2 for 4. He hit a 34-yarder earlier. So the distance at this moment, this range, probably not an issue. But just in terms of the operation and being able to get a clean kick away, that will obviously be a factor.
100%. I can imagine either way, they're probably going to try to at least probably go for another run to kill time, go for the field goal. And I mean, again, if I'm Holy Cross, I'm thinking I've had this UNH offense not score at all since the first quarter, so that might be the best possible case scenario. But time will tell, as we only got a minute 48 left on this clock.
Flip side of that, if it's only a field goal, we just saw Nick Reed hit a 50-yarder on the other side for UNH, so the Wildcats may not have to go as far down the field to try to tie the game if it's only a 3-point game.
Agreed. That's a good point right there.
We'll see what Holy Cross can come up with here on 3rd and goal, though. Swanson is going to throw. Swanson running up the middle. He's going to be sacked. DJ Johnson, his 2nd of the game, takes down Swanson. Timeout UNH, so that'll leave them with 1 for the upcoming drive. And it does knock the field goal unit another yard back.
That's the best possible scenario for this UNH defense. DJ's been doing a good job all game right now getting to this QB. So, again, 1 timeout left. That's still a good position if you're UNH.
Ended up taking a red shirt despite playing 3 games a year ago, so still has 4 years of eligibility. Had 4 tackles, including a tackle for a loss last week against North Carolina Central. But he's definitely showed the athleticism today. He's been a major factor among the defensive group. That is the 6th sack for UNH tonight, after 3 a week ago. So they've shown in spurts, certainly, that they can get to the quarterback.
And I definitely think you're seeing a defense that's just showing their resiliency, letting some plays go, but still maintaining strong.
So here we go, Luis Valenzuela. 1-for-1 kicking tonight. This is a 34-yarder, same distance he hit from earlier in the 2nd quarter. Wildcats gearing up for the block. The snap, the hold, the kick may have been altered. It's no good. Wide left for Valenzuela. He hooked it. And we're still tied with 1:40 to go.
I believe that's Cam Gardner Jr. with the pressure. Unbelievable job, almost blocking it anyway. We got ourselves a game.
We'll see if we get another look. Was the flight path altered by somebody on the line? Garner Young celebrating as if he got a piece of it. We'll see if he did in fact get a touch here.
He must have, with how everybody's celebrating.
He definitely broke through. Did he force Valenzuela to alter it?
Either way, brought a lot of pressure.
Once again, he was the one who blocked the extra point earlier. So Veza will start it out from his own 20. 1:40 to work with, a timeout in his back pocket. First handoff to Thomason, bounces it out to the left side. He'll try to turn the corner. He gets out of bounds after a gain of 6. That'll freeze the clock with 1:34. Thomason freelancing there, finding the space out to the left.
Freelancing, but doing such a good job of just making people miss. And now you got out of bounds, and you don't need to burn or timeout or hurry up. You can take your time.
2-minute drill test here for Veza. He'll look to throw on 2nd down. Down the sideline, finds his man to the 45. Chase Wilson with his first catch of the night.
You want to talk about a composed throw right there by Veza. Really good job getting out there to the wide receiver. But back to your point, the closer you get, the more you have a trusty Nick Reed out there being able to do a kick. So right now, this is a really good situation for UNH right now.
Might only need about 15 more yards to be within his range. 1st and 10 from the 47. Under 1:30 to go. Veza claps his hands, the give to Gibson. Only going to get about 2 here, not quite to midfield. UNH not going to use the timeout yet. Losing a couple seconds here as the line gets reorganized. It was actually Thomason on the carry. Veza to throw on 2nd and 8. Here comes a blitz. Throw down the sideline. Looking for Wilson again. It's incomplete. Just took him too far beyond the boundary there. There is a flag in the backfield. It's roughing the passer against Holy Cross.
Gosh.
Oh my goodness. Second one tonight against the Crusaders. And again, it was the late blitzer. Veza got rid of the ball in time. And this is going to put UNH in field goal range. And Dan Curran's got to be steaming there on the Crusader sideline.
If you're Coach Curran, it's just, you can't let penalties like that happen this late in the game. Both sides of the ball have gone away with these penalties, but in this situation, you can't afford something like that, because not only are you closer, it's a first down.
Yeah, we just saw him point to his head, telling the defense, got to think. So now inside the 40, Thomason tries to juke in the backfield. He's going to lose 2. Santee swarms him. Down under a minute to go now. UNH in control. This is probably right around the tail edge of Reed's range, so you don't necessarily want to play with too much fire here.
I couldn't agree more. You still got to be a little aggressive and try to just move the ball down the field.
On 2nd down, Veza rolls, throws, looking for his man. It is incomplete. Boy, that was a tough throw in between 2 defenders. Fillion still had it in his hands, but he couldn't complete the catch.
I do like the idea of a rollout right there. Really?
Ooh, little yank of the face mask there. Might have been missed. Right here on the landing, yep.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's definitely a face mask.
That was Adam Dew, junior linebacker. So UNH will have to settle for 3rd and long here. 27 seconds to go. If they run the ball, they can call the timeout to set up the field goal. And it looks like Dan Curran's going to do it first. Holy Cross still had all 3, so they've got plenty of opportunity here. What to dial up on defense. Have to think if you're UNH here, you just want to be risk averse.
Oh yeah, definitely. You want to avoid any type of negative play like a sack or a loss of yardage, but you don't want to take care of the football too. So you got one play to make something happen. So I'm intrigued to see what they cook up.
It's been a defensive game. There's a look at Nick Reed, the new kicker. He's already hit a 50-yarder tonight. He was 2 for 2 last week, a 39-yarder. Going over the operation with his holder, Guide Beck. It's also a new long snapper, by the way, in the grouping, Wyatt Rubinoff. Rick Santos still feeling good about that group as they get forward tonight. Veza going to throw it short, complete to Wilson. He's over the 30, dives across the 25, and he's got a first down. So they threw it short of the sticks, and Wilson did the rest.
That was probably one of the most impressive dives I've seen in a while. Wilson really left it all out there.
And now they're firmly within Reed's range, and Veza will spike it, stops the clock with 18 seconds left. And now if you're UNH, you can really line it up for Reed. Wilson had a whole lot of space when he caught this ball.
I will say he dove right out there. That's an awesome play right there to get the first down.
Louisiana native, 834 yards, 7 touchdowns at Division III Wesleyan last year. And again, new face, but he's a guy who brings a level of experience, not necessarily at this level,
but still someone that has just been on the collegiate level, so definitely has the experience to make plays and be aware of certain scenarios. And right there, you just saw it in full display.
Full protect mode here for UNH. Veza going to turn the corner near the middle of the field. He does gain about 3 yards. Maybe almost in spite of himself, he's trying to gain yards there. UNH will freeze the clock. It's stopped at 1 on the scoreboard. I don't know if that's officially where they froze it. Rick Santos uses his final timeout, and Nick Reed will come on to try to win it for the Wildcats. He's hit from 33, 30, and 50 so far tonight. Holy Cross still has a timeout if they want to make him think about it a little longer. Dan Curran's gone right over to the official on the far side of the field. It'll be a 40-yarder for Nick Reed to make it a 2-0 start for UNH. And timeout taken by Holy Cross. Reed boots it anyway.
I mean, clearly he has the leg power for it.
Reed nodding, says, I expected this. Let's take a look back in the third quarter. This was the last attempt from Reed. Right hash mark, 50 yards. Distance not an issue. A little two-seamer there, but it goes through. That's all that matters. So here we go. It's all on the right foot of Nick Reed. Ruben off the long snapper. Guidebeck just resetting his spot on the hold. Hands in the air on the UNH sideline. 3 seconds remaining for Nick Reed. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, a line drive, and it's good! 4 for 4 day, 2-0 UNH. Nick Reed wins it from 40 yards out. And a hero celebration for the new kicker in Durham, and a justified one at that.
You want to talk about the star of the game. Cool and composed each kick he's been out there. Really good job so far. Great win for this UNH team.
Here's another look at it. Clean operation, and in a game where special teams always feels like a factor, UNH has got to feel good about the right foot and the weapon that Nick Reed has become tonight.
Oh, definitely. It's good to see him have all the confidence in the world to make a play like that. And definitely a lot to come back from this team. Really good job.
So after a 2-for-2 Saturday last week, Nick Reed comes out and in his first home game in Durham goes 4 for 4, including a 50-yarder and a 40-yard game winner in the final seconds. The UNH Wildcats are 2-0 as they drop Holy Cross to 0-2. The final score in this one, UNH 19, Holy Cross 16. Well, Mother Nature had her say early on, knocked us back an hour, but in the end, it was another dramatic late game affair between these two New England rivals. In the end, it was the right foot of Nick Reed that decided it. UNH survives a home test from Holy Cross. For our entire production crew, led by Dylan Ham, my broadcast partner Evan Gray, I'm Ben Alter saying so long from Wildcat Stadium in Durham. UNH goes to 2-0 on the year as they take down the Holy Cross Crusaders. Your final, 19-16. This has been coverage of CAA football here on FloCollege. Good night, everyone.